Hello everybody and everybody else. My name is ScrypKat and this is ScrypKat Says. On this channel we take a look at First Amendment auditors, sovereign citizens, cop watchers, cop baiters, and Karens from a slightly different angle. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. I read every comment I receive and appreciate every one of them. You all have given me many great ideas. Keep your eye on the channel. You might see one of your suggestions come to life. We all know that there is safety in numbers. We are social animals, and being part of a group is very important. Groups, large and small, give us opportunities to learn and grow, brainstorm crazy ideas, and practice our powers of persuasion. Being able to tell others that we belong to this community or that congregation gives others an idea of how we view the world. But there is a downside to groups. We tend to conform to the will of the group, sometimes to the detriment of our own questioning nature. Shades of my mother saying, "If everybody else jumped off a cliff, would you jump too?" come to mind. We are emboldened when part of a group, especially if there are emotionally charged issues at hand. A growing trend I've been noticing among frauditors is the presence of 3 or more at any given audit. The intent is clearly to overwhelm whatever resistance might be forthcoming, as well as confusing others with their quasi-legal babble.
Apple products are the best, and they're very user-friendly. When you hear your friends make that statement, do you ever question it? Even though you disagree, you keep your mouth shut because you don't want to be an outcast. That's conformity. When conformity within a group leads to dangerous results, it's called groupthink. There are 8 symptoms of groupthink, which we can see on these 3 budding entrepreneurs. Dave, Frank, and Sylvia are planning to launch a startup which sells used tissues online. You and I, we both know that's the lamest idea ever. But sometimes things play out differently when group dynamics are involved. Here's a sneak peek. Dave says, "We should start selling used tissues. No one has done that yet, and if anyone can do it, it has to be us." That's illusion of invulnerability. Then Frank says, "I know, right? No one is as smart as us to have thought about this killer concept." This is stereotyping others. Silently, Sylvia thinks, yes, because it's a stupid idea, but she doesn't say it, which is self-censorship. Then Dave says, "Sylvia, you agree, right? You seem so excited." That's illusion of unanimity. Sylvia finally says, used tissues, you guys? Seriously? What about the germs? Ew!" But Dave counters, "What germs? We are selling sentiments here. Used tissues have a history, and you gotta respect the sentimentality." That's unquestioned belief. Frank reassures, "I'm sure Sylvia agrees that selling used tissues is a brilliant idea. She just doesn't know it yet." This is direct pressure. Sylvia shrugs, saying, "Yeah, I guess. Maybe we can launch Tissues for Issues and make it a noble cause specific project," which is rationalizing. We'll have to test it though. No tests. We are going to launch a Kickstarter campaign. We are going to be huge, says Dave. He's being a mind guard, which is a person who prevents dissent. And thus, the 3 fools launched a used tissue business.
Now this video is centered on the idea that one must guard against the urge to conform to the group's ideals or projected actions. My point is centered on the idea that those in the frauditor groups want to conform to the group's actions. Again, it emboldens them to push that envelope ever further.
Audits, aka the Mile High Auditor, came out here to Loveland Police and Courts. You guys have been telling me to come check out Loveland, so we're over here. Got some guests with me. Got the good Athena. Got lovely Sweet Tea Audits, Aurora Transparency, Public Tour, formerly known as Metro Detroit Audit, and we got Joe Cool with us today. Okay. How long's your guys' lunch?
Closed till 1 o'clock.
1?
For an hour.
And so we need to get in there for the clerk.
Yeah, we need to go see the clerk.
What?
Yeah, it's not a reasonable restriction under the First Amendment.
I would assume you're
Why can't we record back here, man?
Because it's a court, because of this court order here.
Oh, there's a chief judge's order here?
Yep.
Unconstitutional order? Another one?
Which judge signed it?
I'm looking now. It says Chief Judge Stephen Howard.
I'm so sick of these chief judges' orders thinking
I
they have
know.
control over the entire building. It's
I know.
ridiculous, man.
Right?
I went to
Unacceptable,
one.
man. It just pisses me off.
Extremely unacceptable.
These judges swearing an oath to the Constitution and think that they're gods. They can just go against their oath and
It even says in the, even the
restrict.
Colorado law, even in the Michigan law, that when they make restrictions on our First Amendment, it has to be reasonable.
It is reasonable. It makes sense why you wouldn't want a bunch of creeps with cameras in a courthouse. There's victims passing by. Sometimes defendants exchange a few words with their attorney in the hallways. It makes sense. Why won't you understand that?
It has to be
Yeah.
a reasonable restriction,
Well-
which means they can't completely restrict it.
How are you? I'm downstairs in your police department. I missed opportunity to talk to you guys last time I was here. It's not an emergency, but no. I know it's not an emergency, man. Oh, go. I'm downstairs. I'd like to talk to an officer. Just mostly about the department and pick his brain on a couple things. I'm not from this town. All right, so send the most talkative cat you get. My name is Joe. Joe, J-O-E. I'm in a lobby. I got an hour to kill. You guys just closed the quarters on me, so I got some time to kill. I figured I'd ride with you cats. I'm sitting in the lobby. Take my word for it. You don't even know me, man. I don't even know you. I shouldn't be giving you my phone number. All right. Thank you much.
They wanted your phone number?
Just needs a phone number just in case I stray too far from the lobby.
In other words, I'm going to bully the receptionist.
You're gonna answer.
Well, they put me on hold.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's interesting.
Well, my brother, they get me. They tried. They like, we got a 911 call. I just want you to right quick, would you?
About 20 minutes ago, wanting to speak to an officer, so we're just still hanging out down here, wondering if he's coming or what's going on.
One eternity later.
So they keep saying that there's an emergency, there's emergency. There's not an emergency in the courthouse. I know there's an officer and they're ready to talk to us. But this is ridiculous, man.
Right. Oh, this is a courthouse. There's always an officer here.
Yeah, I'm looking at an
Of course, they say there's emergencies. Why do you tell us you're sending an officer down so we can just stand around here for 20 minutes waiting around?
Hello, lady. Hello, you busy?
Oh, they're back.
We're right here, man.
No, that's fine. But yeah, I almost ran him over. I stepped backwards and I almost got him, so glad I didn't.
Shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank God. Finally.
What's up?
You almost ran us over?
Yeah, I think you might have stepped back into me earlier and I was like, oh, excuse me, sir.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Wait, you're not the cat they should have to talk to us?
Oh, I'm not part of that. I'm in training, so.
I'm not part of that.
Yeah.
I'm not part of you people.
You were auditors. Say no.
It's up to you. Go ahead, man. You're right there.
Guys, I think they just turned the AC off. Did you hear it go off?
That's funny. I'm freezing.
Probably.
It's probably on the temperature thing.
Well, we'll see, because it got hot.
How you doing? It's Joe downstairs again. And no, we discussed the phone number thing. I told you I didn't want to give out my phone number, but I'm waiting here patiently. I'm curious. You told me to send an officer down. How long does this normally take? Would that be another hour?
Showing up on you?
She did.
Wow.
Much later.
Blow me. Don't tell when I'm interrupting. You could have been f***ing sent somebody now. Isn't that your job? You have Allied Universal, your security here? And you contracted for the public?
Yes, but I don't
They didn't tell you you're not supposed to ID or have a card or something? Can you present your card? No. I just have to guess who you are? You cats, bro. How you gonna work for me and I don't get to know who you are?
I'm a private citizen, just like you are.
Yeah, but you chose a government job, yo. When you
Folks,
take that shit.
if you're going to record, you have to go out the other side of the podium here.
Look, we got another Allied Universal, guys.
Ma'am, sit back out for me,
Why?
because I didn't call you through. If you're recording, you have to be out the other side of the pillars, past the court order.
So over here?
No,
What side of the pillar?
on
Right
that side of the pillars, man.
here. Right here.
All right, come on through.
Thank you.
So, hey, how do we get your policy from Allied Universal?
That was me. You're saying, cat. Quick question.
Yeah, no problem.
Can I get his name?
Unfortunately not. He's private civilian security,
Yeah.
so he does not have to.
When they
identify
contract with the government, don't they have to follow the same rules?
himself. No, because he's just a private contractor.
All right, and you're a supervisor, and, but you can't make him ID, but
Correct.
How are we supposed to file
procedurally.
complaints on our public servants?
Yeah,
But if you have a complaint, you can direct it to his company. It's Allied Universal.
and then say what? The guy
Yeah,
with the
no,
short
that's-
haircut and the mustache?
No, they have a track of everybody who's on each post
Yeah.
at any given point.
Yeah.
You just say, all right, at this post at this date and time, I had
Yeah.
an issue with this guy, and they'll be like, oh, okay, we know who that is, and they'll file the complaint.
That seems like a spin. I ain't gonna bullshit you. I'm trying not to give you a hard time, 'cause
Trying not to give him a hard time? Give me a break.
No, I get you.
But that seems like it's some insanity set up to protect this guy. Call this guy, see what time he was there.
Hey, it's the same thing like how
if they
I
gave a
can't-
fuck, they'd have him ID. He wears a badge. I'm told that it's their policy to have a badge to present to folks, a card.
We're told by whom?
Fuck do I know? Maybe I should do my homework better next time.
I mean, it'd be the same as like, I can't make you ID yourself unless there's a crime.
Yeah,
We
but I
can't
don't work
him
for the
ID.
government. He's working for the government. I think he's obligated.
He's not working for the government. He's
Well,
working
he's paid
for
by
Al.
tax dollars, though, right?
I think he's,
No,
if he's
he's
working for you.
contracted.
He's paid with
Yes,
tax
he's
dollars, though.
contracted.
Yeah.
Tax dollars.
The contract, he's contracted with the city of Loveland, right?
With the
Or
county
the
of
county.
whatever, yes.
But so the county is paying his company, and then those dollars are going
Which
to
is
his
why
paycheck.
his company has to be identified, because we're paying the company. And then what the company does with the money,
But I'm
we have
just saying,
no
my
say.
point is that his paycheck derives from our tax dollars. That's
Admit it, you buffoon. You don't pay taxes.
my point.
yeah, but
Obviously, you're
I'd
paying.
argue pretty much everybody's money argues or derives from tax dollars, because there's government contracts in every business.
No, not in my business.
Show me your Colorado business license.
McDonald's doesn't have a government contract. I mean, there's tons of private businesses that.
Oh yeah,
their
I've
money
seen
comes
government
from.
contracts go to McDonald's.
Oh yeah, for like people that are like building a McDonald's or something. Yeah.
Well,
but, I mean-
catering. I've seen governments cater for McDonald's. That's a government contract.
So could you
It's
do
the
me?
same thing.
Could you do me a favor? Could you? So you said you're his supervisor. Is that correct?
So I'm like the on-site court supervisor or court
Okay.
deputy.
Deputy
His direct
Hermit.
company, yes.
What is your employee's name over there?
I cannot tell you. He's a private citizen, so I can't do that.
So I was just wondering if you could educate him, because he told me the reason I wanted to file the complaint. We know that there's a chief judge's order that we can't record back there, which by the way is unconstitutional, right? So
That would be determined by the Supreme Court, and you are not the Supreme Court.
if you swore an oath to the Constitution, you're actually going against your oath. But he told me that I'm not allowed to record even in this area from this area, which is obviously, I mean, that's not true. So could you just educate him that that's not
The order does say
true?
that you cannot take any video or audio recordings of the courtroom, court hallways, or any court building.
Once I'm past there, but if I'm past on the other side of the restricted area,
It's a fine line that
it's not a fine line. It's a solid line, man. It's a solid
I'm not going to
line.
argue with you.
Oh, well, I know, because I know deep down you know that you're wrong. So, I mean, I know there's no way you would want to put handcuffs on me for doing what I'm doing right
No.
here, because, I mean,
No.
you would get sued, right?
I'm not
You
interested.
encourage dude to misbehave, man.
We just want you to educate him. I know but you seem to be on the same side as him, that we
Right
can't
now,
record from
right.
here. I mean, that's not true.
I think you can record from there.
Okay, that's what we're asking. And you could educate him, because when we come back, if he's here, we don't want him giving us unlawful directives, right?
I'll make sure he understands.
Okay.
He's
thank you.
listening
He
now.
can
This
hear right
shit's
now. He
weird
knows.
as fuck, yo. What's your name? This is crazy, bro.
Yeah. But just like any other private citizen, like any of you guys, he
No,
doesn't have to identify
bullshit.
himself.
If he takes a job in a government office, working with the public, he has certain expectations now, yeah? Because he's a private official, can he curse at me? He's a private business. He can curse at me and treat me crappy? No. You had to vet this cat before you took him under your wing. He has certain
But
obligations.
at the same time, it's just like anybody at Taco Bell. They can cuss at you and all.
And this is an example of the overwhelming and the confusing that I was talking about earlier.
Asking you guys to honor your oath.
And I believe I am. So I got some paperwork I do need to get back to, though. So
All right, man.
I wish you guys the best of luck and have a great day.
We do too, man. We wish you the best as well.
Thank you.
All right, man. Honor your oath. All right. Do better, man.
In conclusion, ganging up on any individual is the goal of these frauditors. It's one form of bullying they love. And, speaking of bullying, that is the subject of my next video. Remember, ScrypKat says, when given a choice, choose kindness. Bye for now.